right, welcome back, watch friends. We have an exciting collection for you today. A very exciting collection for you today. We are talking about the convergence of supercars and super watches. Here we go. Where is horology and petrol? There we go. Okay, horology and petrol. Let me get this back on the screen. You know what? Sorry, we started. We started a little bit early. Let me go. I wanted to have this pulled up for you on the screen before we started, but this is what you deal with. You deal with low production value on the show. You get what you pay for. Let's get this here. What is the watch I wanted to show you here? All right. So I can't. Here we go. No, sorry guys. There we go. Let me see. Okay, stand by. There is one watch I wanted to start with in this collection, which really, epitomizes this entire collection, and that is this kind of convergence of tuning. This is what makes this. This is one of the most interesting collections we've actually reviewed so far on this channel, because this guy has multiple pieces from Artisan de Genève, which is, my favorite. Really, this is my favorite. I don't know, what do we call these guys? They're watch tuners, right? They customize Rolex and Patek, and we have a whole video on this on the channel. And I'm telling you guys, this is the next big thing. The Artisan de Genève is going to be the next big thing. Forget about hype watches. This is a whole new category. It's a whole new category of kind of this hype thing, right? Because it's not, ultimately, look, when you're buying a watch, right? Whenever people are buying a Richard Mille, they're getting into any of this stuff. At the end of the day, you want something that's unique, right? Something that kind of represents your personal style, right? Your personal style, your personal choices. And what better way of doing that than with, customizing the watch? Again, look, we've seen this in the car world. Anytime somebody buys a Ferrari, a Lambo, Porsche, whatever, a lot of times they modify it. They have they put in maybe a different type of exhaust. They have some carbon fiber elements. Again, as long as you do it in a tasteful way that improves performance, etc., it adds value to the car, right? It's all about creating a unique spec. You don't want to have a stock car, right? Like it's one of those things that, and again, I've never done that. I've never customized cars. It's not my thing, but I understand that, guys who do, who are serious, collectors, or I don't know if you can, is this such a thing as being a car collector? I mean, how many cars are you going to own, right? But, if you were into, again, Ferraris, Lambos, all that stuff, you're basically going to customize it to some degree, right? Whether it's, it's some design element, whether it's exhaust, whether it's some tuning package, what have you. And where is this photo? I'm trying to find this photo, and I had it before on the screen, and it's gone away. We're gonna bring it up. All right, stand by here. We're gonna start. I do need to start with this photo because it's a great picture. And is this it? No. What is SVR? Is that Lambo? I don't know. But this is the watch, by the way. This is the watch. SVR. Who makes? Okay. Okay. So this is my ignorance. Hang on. Who makes the SVR? Is that Lambo? I don't know. I wish we had somebody on the show who could bring that up and explain to me. What is that? Oh, I think. Oh, it's a Range Rover. Okay, Range Rover. Fuck Range Rover. Where is this watch that I want to show? This is the watch. But where is the car? Because that is the money shot. All right. You know what? Okay, we'll start with this because this is just as good, right? We got the Lambo. This is good enough, right? Okay, so let's get started with this collection. Okay, so horology and petrol. I think this guy is out of the UK because who else, calls gasoline petrol, right? But so we got this collector. Apparently, he's into cars and watches. Now, again, what makes this collection unique? What makes this collection unique is this. Obviously, you got some super watches, right? But unlike a lot of, 99% of the collectors out there who are happy, these guys are thrilled with their basic. They got their basic bitch Patek, they got their basic bitch Rolex, Daytona, and they're happy because they're thrilled. They got their grail, right? No. What this guy does is he goes to Artisan de Genève and he gets the watch customized. And by the way, here's a video, right? Here we go. Here it is. Here it is. This is an amazing, look at the amazing job they did with this watch. They basically take the watch to a whole nother level. And they do it in a way where, here's the thing. There is customizing, which, it makes, it's again, customizing for your taste or customizing whatever. But this is customization that basically Rolex wishes they could do on their best day. It's something, it's type of workmanship that Patek or AP wishes they could do on their best day. Because these guys have, in-house, they have gem setters and they do great gem set work. They have, watchmakers. They got all the right people in-house and they work with materials. It's sort of like Richard Mille. Basically, I think Artisan de Genève, what is the best way to describe these guys is that they basically take your Rolex or your Patek and they give it the Richard Mille treatment in a way, but still you end up, the case is still the classic case, the movement is still your movement, but it has that look. I don't know if I'm articulating properly, but that's the basic idea. And I think these pieces, people really have not caught on to this, but we're going to see these pieces sell for big money in the future. That's my theory. My investment thesis on Artisan de Genève is that if you can get these right now, and again, there's basically the way it works is you got to take your watch to them and you give them like, I don't know, 30, 50 grand, and then they customize it. They take your Nautilus and they make it look like this. And I think it's great. I don't think Patek could do this type of work on their best day, frankly. So this is absolutely incredible. Wait till you see what they did with this guy's, with his Aquanaut. Here it is. Okay, this is the Aquanaut. And again, this just shows you what Artisan de Genève does. It's next level stuff, right? Especially with the Aquanaut, it makes it so much better because the Aquanaut, the problem with the Aquanaut, I said this before, the dial of the Aquanaut is actually quite ugly. With that grenade, whatever texture they give it, it's really a very boring design. It was actually always quite an ugly watch. But when you have it in rose gold, and again the black rubber strap, very boring. Look, Patek Philippe is a boring company. Don't get me wrong. I love Patek Philippe, but dress watches, the classic watches, that's really what they're good for, right? Of course, my background here is ironically, I am in the Patek Philippe, the Grand Salon in Geneva, right? That's the background right there. That's the safe. That's the safe where they keep the watches. Of course, on the wrist we have the Royal Oak Owl date moon phase. But here's the thing. My issue with the Aquanaut is it's really, it's like Patek Philippe trying to be cool. It's like, it's like the guy showing up to a beach party wearing a black suit and, black leather shoes. That's kind of Thierry Stern. They're not cool. They're not. Frank Muller is cool. Richard Mille is cool. Thierry Stern is not. He's just not that guy, and it's fine. It's fine. So the problem with the Aquanaut is never a cool watch. But what Artisan de Genève does is they actually do make it cool. They actually know how to take this platform and actually make it cool. So again, my theory is that, or the thesis is that these watches, the Artisan de Genève tuned watches, are going to be the next big thing. Because look, here's the thing. How many guys, look, anybody who's spending this money on a watch like this, right? You're spending 100 grand, 200 grand on a Royal Oak, on a Nautilus, whatever it is. The problem is everybody else has one. And when I say everybody else, I mean, everybody else in your circle. I mean, if you're wearing that type of watch, most likely you're hanging around with a certain group of people who are all in that kind of, socio-economic circle. And they all have the same type of watch, right? So the only thing you can do to be unique is you got to get the Artisan de Genève treatment. Okay, just the same way that, guys who buy Ferraris and Lambos, they all get them customized. Unless they want to, be basic. Nobody wants to be a basic bitch if they're buying a $300,000 or $400,000 car, right? You want to have some level of customization, whether it's a stripe or whatever it is you do. And that's what these guys are doing. Again, they're keeping, again, they're not changing the movement or anything. They're really taking the watch and they're making it better. They are making it better. That's why, again, that is, I don't know if I've articulated it properly, but that's what these guys are doing. Anyway, let's go through the collection, and then we're going to rate the collection on, kind of the overall quality, of course, in picture quality, upside potential, very important, upside, potential, and is it kind of a good variety, right? So let's go through this. Okay, we got a Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar, black ceramic, and he's got the Lambo with it. It works together, right? Those two things go together. Advanced materials, ceramic, Lambo. Okay, I'm assuming that's his car also, so it works. Nice watch. I'm really a fan of the Perpetual. I wish they would make it small. I've said it so many times. I wish they would go to 38 millimeter, maybe 37, ideally. Okay, we've seen this. We've seen so many heavy hitters. It's kind of like you kind of get jaded at some point. Beautiful watch, though, right? This is rose gold? Is this rose gold? I can't tell from the photo. I think this is the rose gold. Okay, we saw the Artisan de Genève. But wait. He's got the John Mayer. He's got the John Mayer Perpetual Calendar, which I'm not a fan of. I'm assuming he's getting these things at list price. He probably has a good relationship with his dealer. He's getting at list price, and I don't get this watch. I actually don't like it because the problem is, again, with the Perpetual Calendar, the dial is busy enough as it is. You really need to have legibility, and when you have those little white specks, it's when you have those little white specks, which is the Tuscan dial bullshit, it makes it hard to read. And I don't think that's even that special. I don't think it's that interesting. I mean, like, the one they did with the rapper, what's his name, Travis Scott. At least that watch is an original watch. It's not my thing, but I respect the what they did with it in terms of it's got a totally unique look and feel with, the fonts are different. Everything is different about the watch. I mean, really, it's a different watch. This is just kind of like your basic, Royal Oak. Okay, you got the hand up, the weak hand, whatever. That's this blue color. I guess it's a Tiffany blue. Okay, whatever. You got this Tuscan, whatever. I don't really care for this. I think they should. And by the way, I think these are going for big money. From what I understand, these are going for like 400 grand right now, which is crazy. This is a sell. I would dump this thing so fast. Of course, the problem is, I don't know if he does have the relationship with the dealer. You got to be kind of careful the way you do it. But I would dump this thing so fast, take the money and run, because nobody gives a shit about John Mayer, and I don't think anything is special about the watch. It's a limited edition, but so what? I mean, everything they do is a limited edition. That's not 200 pieces. That's 200 pieces is not really limited. Okay, it's not like, I mean, back in the day, only a couple of years ago, they were doing maybe 100 pieces anyway, 200 pieces. So this is a bunch of bullshit from AP. Again, these guys are such clowns. I love their watches, but the people are just such low lives. Yeah, I really hate this John Mayer guy, and I hate what he did with the watch. I would dump this, take the money, and run. Take the money and run. All right, but that's my opinion. Who am I? I'm just some asshole on YouTube. All right. So here we got an interesting. He's got 3 watches here. He's got the perpetual calendars. Again, my favorite complication. I got the 3940. I would love to get an AP perpetual as long as it's a small size. Yeah, it's great. So he's got 3 here. He's got the best of, right? You got the 5740, the Nautilus, white gold. By the way, the blue dial on the watch, I've said the dial is amazing. This photo, it looks dark in here. It doesn't do it justice. It's an amazing dial on the Nautilus. And that watch, again, they're coming down in price. I think if you can get one for 160 or so, which I think is where they're going to be going in the next 12 to 18 months, you should definitely do it. It's an amazing watch. You got the John Mayer, the tomato can watch, and then you have the RD2, which I don't know what to make of it, but it's titanium. That is a limited edition titanium. That's the one on the right. Titanium with a platinum bezel. Platinum bezel. The bezel is platinum. Okay, you got the Tuscan dial. What? Why is he doing this? I mean, this is nothing unique about this. They did this before on some of their perpetuals, the dress watches, back in the day, and they were considered ugly. I still think it's kind of ugly. Okay, what do you guys think of the RD2? This is very interesting. So you know what it is? What makes this guy's collection unique is, here's the thing. You'll see he's got a bunch of these supercars and everything. So you would think this would be like a Richard Mille, an RM type of guy, right? Because he's got the McLaren. I think he has a McLaren. I think he's got Lambo, Ferraris, all that stuff. But no, he actually is wearing classic watches. These are classic watches, but they have that. They have that, supercar, performance, I don't know, whatever, sporty type of element. And, they got that Richard Mille kind of ethos, but in a kind of a classic case, which again, the Richard Mille thing is, it's its own unique weird animal. But here you got a performance watch. This is an ultra thin perpetual calendar, titanium in a platinum bezel. The one thing is, I don't know, I can't get into. By the way, the moon phase is amazing. It's like a photo, what do they call photo etching, whatever it is. The moon phase is amazing. Okay, the moon phase is absolutely amazing. I don't know what to make of the dial, though. And the dial, because, I always think that with the Royal Oak, the tapisserie, the beautiful tapisserie dial, when they do a good job on it, it's amazing. And here, they're doing this kind of, I don't know, gradient, whatever it is. It doesn't have that. I understand what they're doing. They're trying to make it more like sporty, because the tapisserie thing is a little too, could be considered a little fussy, a little too dressy, maybe a little too whatever. It's kind of like this watch is kind of the equivalent of like your, putting one of those matte black vinyl jobs on your Lambo. That's what this dial is, kind of, in my opinion. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. It is interesting. It's very legible. I'll give it that. It's very legible, which is a major plus in my book. Very simple. It's like very simple, very legible. It's probably amazing on the wrist, right? That's a unique combination. Titanium and a platinum bezel, which is, it's somebody put thought into it. I gotta say, I give the AP people credit. Whoever is in the design shop, whoever is making these decisions, I give them credit. So you see, this guy's into like this kind of sport, like high-end performance sport sport type watch. Okay, so what do we got? We got a Bulgari and open work. Open work. He's got the open work AP Royal Oak. Okay, that's okay. All right. I'm a little bit. I'm not sure where I stand on the. I'm not sure where I stand on the Bulgari stuff. Now, what is this? Like, I don't get this part. Like, because he's got so much so much better stuff out there. Like, why would the guy buy this on a strap? Here's the thing: on a strap, I don't think it works. And I'll tell you what the problem with the strap, the AP strap watches, the Royal Oak straps, they wear so big on the wrist, like a 39 millimeter wears like a 40. It just flares out. It's very hard to pull off, and the strap is it's a very stiff strap. I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't think it works. I really don't think it works. I've seen some of their watches. Maybe the simple watch is okay, but yeah, I think with this, if you're gonna get a chrono, just keep it on the bracelet. I think this is going to be a money loser. I think it's going to be a money loser with. It's a khaki Grand Tapis. Okay, Okay, so it looks like he has a relationship. Yeah, he's got apparently a good relationship with AP, the boutique in London. So that's, he's able to get these pieces at list. And okay, the Octo Finissimo. Okay, he's got the Ferarri in gray, grigio, and titanium grigio. Okay, you see, it's matching. This guy matches the car to the watch. You heard of that concept? This guy actually does it. He actually is matching it. Oh, actually, it's matched on multiple levels, right? You got the gray Ferrari, and you got a gray Italian watch. This really, Bulgari's. I mean, technically, the guy's Romanian, but the company is based in. Are they based in Milan? I don't know. It's an Italian jewelry company with using a Swiss movement. It's interesting, right? And it's gray, so it does match. So you get a thumbs up, thumbs up for matching. He's got the Atmos clock JLC. By the way, this is great. The Atmos is great. I'm actually surprised that this guy would choose this kind of very basic kind of conservative one. Very Roman, because they make some crazy Atmos. They make the Mark Newsom. I mean, they make some amazing ones with like crazy designs, crazy ones, which are like super. They look like UFOs. Or they make one which is a perpetual, which is a Chris. I mean, that's a whole nother thing. I love the Atmos. I actually have one. Mine unfortunately is not working. They do break down for some reason. I have a vintage one. But yeah, this guy, he should get the Mark Newsom design. Okay, we got the Royal Oak. Hang on a second. Let's keep going through the collection. And I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments below. As we go through this. All right, so we got, let's see, we got another Aquanaut kind of in its original kind of condition. Of course, he does wear it. This is what I appreciate. The guy, obviously, he does take it out. Wow, this thing is pretty beaten up. What did he do with this watch? We did a review yesterday about another English collector. Apparently, the guy fell down drunk with some Russian guys drinking vodka during lunch, and a Tiffany dial Nautilus, and get all scratched up. But they restored it. They restored it to like new condition. So thumbs up again for wearing your watches. Here it is. Okay, we saw this again. The Artisan de Genève. Amazing job. This is rose gold. And look at the skeleton treatment they gave it. Wow. Wow. JLC. All right. Great. By the way, here's what's interesting. Again, if you follow our kind of rules, our 10 commandments for watch collecting, which is all about, you got to have a variety. You don't want to have all the same watches. Like some of these guys, they have like 10 Submariners and 5 Daytonas, and they think they're a watch collector. No, you got to have a mix. You got to have dress watch. You got to have different brands, the right metal, the right watch in the right metal, in the right spec. This is an amazing watch. What is it? This is the Reverso. What is it? Is this the chrono? Oh, it's a chronograph. Yeah, and it flips over. Incredible watch. As long as you can pull it off, it's a huge watch. Huge watch. Some of their new designs, their what is it? The Tribute line, that annual calendar they have is an amazing watch. Beautiful. It just wears too big for me. And even this guy, I think this guy's wrist is pretty big, and it's like right there. It's like right at the limit. But yeah, this is. I mean, again, these are all actually great choices. Even that John Mayer, it's a great choice as long as you're doing it with a financial, as long as you're gonna flip it. And of course, again, fuck man, the video is horrible, man. You want to see the beautiful sunburst. That dial is amazing. So we have the tourbillon, and again the dial with the tapisserie. You got that. I call it the opera house, opera seating, whatever that sunburst. It's amazing. Wish it had some better light on it, but again, that's kind of it's a great watch, great choice. Let's see here. All right, let's keep going through. So far, these are all heavy hitters. These are all, I mean, like literally everything here is great so far, right? Again, I hate Aquanaut, but that's me. Again, wow. I mean, again, it takes balls. It really does take balls to to do this with a Nautilus, with any watch, right? Because not only you're buying the watch, right? You gotta spend an extra 50 grand or so, and the reality is the market hasn't, people haven't figured this out yet, but I think a lot of people are afraid to do this because they think it's going to ruin the value of the watch. In theory, it does because it's not the original watch anymore, but in reality, it actually makes it better when these guys do. But there's a couple of other tuning shops out there, as I'll call them. There's about 3 or 4 of these tuning shops. Artisan de Genève is the best one. I think they're the only one where they actually add value to the watch. The other guys out there, there's a couple of them out there, they take away value. Artisan de Genève, they're true watchmakers. They add value. That is the takeaway. So that's the only one I would give a thumbs up to. The other ones, I think there's a couple of other shops out there. There's one in Germany, one in France. They're nowhere near as good. No, great watch. I mean, what else can we say, right? What else can you say? I mean, that's it. Great. But the other stuff is more interesting. The travel time with the cloisonné, I think, is a dog. I think it's a dog with fleas. I've said this before. Yeah, it's kind of like what's the point of the watch? The fonts are ugly. The cloisonné is ugly. Like this guy, I mean, apparently he's not on a budget, right? I don't think he's on a budget. He should be buying like the JLC World Time, which has the tourbillon, which is a limited edition, which is an amazing watch. This is kind of like I always call the Patek Philippe the sex tourist watch. It's kind of like the Archie luxury sex tourist watch you wear to Bangkok or some other third world country. It looks goofy. I mean, everything about the watch just looks goofy. And again, so many people do better versions of this. Like, again, if you're going to travel, you want something which is going to be maybe durable in theory, right? Omega does one. Who else does one? I think JLC has one. There's a couple of guys out there that do this. And I don't know, this is like highly overrated. Dog with fleas. I would dump this. I really would dump that in a heartbeat. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. We've seen this. Okay, whatever. Okay. All right. What is this? It's got diamond. That's like a woman's watch, right? It's for wife. Okay. Okay. Oh, this guy's hey. I don't know if would the wife like that? It's kind of like I think she'd probably like it more if it was on a white rubber strap with a white dial. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. Is that a woman? Yeah. Patek Philippe, I'll be honest, Patek Philippe is really not sexy. Like, it's not really a woman's watch. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe I bet if he asked his wife, she probably had other things in mind. I mean, it's kind of like like when guys buy a watch for their wife, they're thinking from their perspective, and it's really, I mean, like, because women think, what am I going to match this with? Blah blah blah. I don't know. This doesn't look. This watch is not feminine at all. It's not. There's nothing feminine about this watch. It really is not. Diamonds, okay, you got diamonds, big deal. They make one, actually, the white one. They do the white one that Trump's lawyer has. What's her name? We saw a picture of her with that watch. It's white. It's the white rubber with diamonds. But I think it's quartz. I think it's quartz. I think this watch is quartz, right? I don't know. This might be a mistake. Hey, listen, everybody's entitled to make mistakes. Oh, shit. My wife surprised me on our anniversary with a watch I've been waiting for a long time, the Snoopy. So his wife bought him this watch. Now, you see, this is smart. He's buying his wife a Patek Philippe Aquanaut, and his wife buys him an Omega shitter, right? That's and then she spends the rest of the money on a bag or something. I don't know. That's pretty funny, right? I'd get rid of this watch also. I just don't tell your wife. I'd get rid of that. I mean, seriously, how do you wear this? I mean, how do you, I don't know. How do you wear this when you already have like heavy hitter? I get it. I get whatever. I'm just not a fan of chronographs. And if you're going to get one, get something interesting, Omega is so obvious and basic. Okay, we got the RD2. Interesting, right? Is that his? I think that's his McLaren. I think that's his McLaren. Yeah. Okay. So, the perpetual chronograph. You know what? This is the salmon dial, right? Salmon dial. White gold. Again, I'm not a fan of the perpetuals with the chronos. I don't know. I just can't get into them. But the white, it's okay. It's all right, whatever. Aquanaut, again, I hate the Aquanaut. And the orange, again, they're not, Patek is just not cool. I'm sorry, guys. But I've seen a lot of wealthy guys love this watch because I don't know, they think it makes them look younger or something, or it makes them cool. I don't know, because they want something like a Richard Mille. They want something crazy like that, but very few people can wear that. It's not practical to wear Richard Mille. And this is kind of, the orange. Oh, I'm wild and crazy. I'm a wild and crazy guy. You got the orange. I don't know, man. This is a mistake. I mean, listen, it makes you happy. God bless. But listen, when you have the Artisan de Genève version, why would you need this? When you have the ADG, you don't need this, right? Like, this is like a compromise, basically. I'd get rid of that. I mean, there's nothing horrible here, except for, of course, we said, what was it? What was horrible? The John Mayer. Okay, what is this? What is this? Christopher Ward. I don't understand this brand, to be honest. Let's move on. Garbage. Okay, the what is it? The El Jefe. That's the. This is okay. So that's his McLaren, right? He's got the McLaren. And the a Patek rose gold. Travel time. Rose gold travel time with a McLaren. That's not a good. Doesn't match. It doesn't match. I would go with the I'd be wearing the AP ceramic perpetual or that RD2 perpetual. It's just weird. Again, the Nautilus, it's a weird watch. It's just a weird watch. And they do better versions of the travel time on other things. It's kind of like, what do they do? What were they thinking? I don't know. They're just lazy, Patek. They really are. The Nautilus perpetual is amazing though, right? When you see that, and where is it? We'll show it. Oh, there it is. There you go. Okay. You see that again. He's got the same. That's a McLaren, right? McLaren. That's his McLaren, and I guess he's at a car rally. And again, the weather. You can't see the dial on this watch is so amazing. that watch is so amazing on the wrist. It's just crazy. All right, Perry's in the house. We got Perry in the house. Perry, what do you think of this collection? Do you think the guy is doing a good job of matching his watches to the cars? Because you see that he's got a McLaren, he's got a Ferrari, Lambo, he's got a couple of different ones, right? All right. By the way, guys, in case you are new to the channel, make sure you click the like, subscribe button, and you get our free weekly newsletter for the latest on Audemars, Piguet, Patek, Philippe, the market, special deals, everything you need to know for vintage and modern watches. Click the link in the video description below to subscribe to the free newsletter. It comes in your email box free once a week. Now, let's get back to the collection. So far you're seeing a lot of heavy hitters, right? Every watch here is almost every watch he's got is a heavy hitter in this collection, right? So Yachtmaster 42 in white gold. He's saying he's not really sure if I like this watch, so I thought I'd give it an outing to help make up my mind. Yeah, this is considered kind of the dog in one of the dogs in the Rolex range selling below retail. I think these are going for like, what are these going for? They're like in the low 20s, 20 grand maybe. I don't know. It looks great in rose gold because you got that contrast, the rose gold and the black. It really looks great. In white gold, it doesn't really look that good. It looks very, I know people probably wear it because it makes it look a little bit more low key. And again, the guy's like in living in a third world country, and they're worried about watch crime in the UK, right? So, but listen, these guys out there, these criminals, they know what that is. You're not fooling anybody. They know it's gold. They know it's a Rolex. So, but again, I think it looks better in yellow gold, in the rose gold. So this is 42, kind of a big watch also. I guess this actually, look, if you're into these supercars and everything, this watch is actually a very practical watch. Perry, interesting. I think MB&F, we should do a whole special episode on MB&F. I'm a fan of MB&F. I appreciate their innovation. I appreciate the stuff that they're doing. The values are taking off, especially if you can get the perpetual calendar and some of those, or the dual time, some of those crazy complications. Those are money. I actually have an MB&F. I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to reach across my desk. I got the MB&F. This is not a sex toy. Just so you guys know, it's not a sex toy. This is the Rocket. It's the MB&F loop system. And in here, it opens up, and you got these loops for your watches. Okay? And it's very heavy. This thing is very heavy. It looks beautiful. It's like it's very cool. And this is a limited edition. And it says MB&F. So, anybody doesn't know what this is, they see it says MB&F. So in case you're dealing with tomato cans and window lickers, you got to make sure that they see it's MB&F so that they don't think it's like a giant dildo on your desk. Anyway, yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's about $3 grand. I think and they make some cool stuff. They make these cool watch clocks, whatever. But I think MB&F and a lot of these real serious collectors are going into MB&F. We should be doing a video on that soon. They're doing some amazing things. Personally, would I buy an MB&F? Absolutely not. They're too big for me. They're not practical. They're for like, the MB&F is basically like somebody who's a serious collector, very into the horology, and when you wear that MB&F, like the perpetual calendar, people who know watches, they know what that is, right? And I hate the sound. This sounds very like, I don't know. It just sounds very tacky and very. I know it's very basic, but listen. At the end of the day, a lot of people wear watches because they want to, they want to show it off or whatever. They want to be in certain circles that they're in, right? So when you're with serious watch people, and you have an MB&F, on your wrist, you got that perpetual calendar, whatever they call it. I forgot. It's you get a real level of respect, because that watch is serious. It's high horology. It's innovation. It actually looks very cool. It's and it's basically, people know when you have that watch, it's not your only watch, right? That's the type of thing that's like your 10th watch. That's the watch you buy after you have like 3 or 4, AP Royal Oaks. You got some Patek Philippe heavy hitters. You got after you have 5 or 6, 7 heavy hitter watches, that's when you get your MB&F. If you could pull it off, because again, they're really big. They're really big on the wrist. But I'm a fan. I think their values, again, will go up. So those are money in the bank, as long as you're buying them at list. Okay, so so we got some kind of, okay, hang on. Did I skip something? Did I skip something here? Oh yeah, I think I skipped. Yeah, this is the amazing. Yeah, this is the Artisan de Genève. Mika Hakkinen. I think he's a race car. I don't know. I don't know. He's a driver. And this is, I guess he's at the McLaren factory, and he wore this very appropriate choice for the McLaren factory. He wore this tuned Artisan de Genève Rolex Daytona. Look at what an amazing job they did with that watch. Amazing. I mean, they, on their best day, Richard Mille couldn't do that. Sadly, we can see the beautiful tapisserie here shining on this watch. Great watch. Okay, we saw that. Okay. Okay, with black ceramic. Okay, great. He's got what he's got this on with this. Okay, ceramic. Okay, carbon fiber. He's got the Code 1159 perpetual calendar, and he probably had to buy this. He had to buy this watch. He had to buy this in order to get the other stuff, right? In order to get the good stuff, you got to buy one of their shitters. Actually, it's not so much a shitter. I think the Code watches, I've said this on other videos, they're evolving. It's going to be interesting a few years down the road. This one is okay. This one is actually holding up. Yeah, you got to have a big wrist to wear an MB&F. It's kind of, yeah, because again, they're huge watches. They're like 42 millimeter. But listen, the people who wear MB&F, generally, it's sort of like somebody who's, they're very serious about horology. They really know what they're doing. They're not buying into the hype, even though it is kind of a hype watch amongst that circle. But the tomato cans and crayon eaters are not buying MB&F. It's people who are very serious about horology, and they got a lot of money, right? Because that's like basically your 10th watch. So you see anybody who has that watch on the wrist, that they probably have $1 million plus collection at least, if they have an MB&F perpetual calendar. So and they have good taste also. That's the other thing. The MB&F perpetual it's a watch. It's good taste. Okay, so sadly, he had to buy the thing. He's got a 5712. This is probably an old watch. Yeah, so boring now. It's like, you've seen so many of these. The Nautilus. I'd be selling that. I think it's at its peak. It's past its peak. You got to get rid of these watches. You got to get rid of this. I'd get rid of the El Jefe. This rose gold Nautilus, I'd get rid of that. It's peaked. I'd get rid of the 5712. This is stunner. Again, it doesn't do it justice. The dial is amazing on this watch. The Nautilus, again, we got the perpetual with the McLaren. Although I would have brought out the ceramic. Okay, I'm sorry. I covered this stuff, right? A lot of these photos are looking redundant. Did I cover some of this stuff? No, he's got so many photos of this. He's got multiple photos of the same watch. That's what it is. No, I'm not. Again, I'd be dumping that so fast. Okay, interesting choice, right? Vacheron You got a Vacheron Perpetual. I haven't seen this watch. You got a Vacheron Perpetual calendar, and you got an interesting setup here. I actually love the setup because the calendar is it goes around in the whole around the outside, the whatever you call it, the outer ring, whatever the fuck you call it, with the bezel, which I like that setup. You got the day and the month is in it's transparent. You got this, and you get the moon phase, and you got a little bit of the guilloche. I'm not sure what color the watch is, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful watch. This is it's a beautiful watch. Everything about it is. Maybe I put on a different strap. This looks like a kind of a boring strap, gray. I'm not sure what's going on here, but this is a really interesting watch. Beautiful watch. They did a great job with this. Vacheron is very undervalued, Vacheron definitely undervalued. Yeah, stepping into the new year with the king. Yeah, this actually is the king. If you're going to get a Nautilus, this is the king. This is the watch to get. Yeah. Yuri's in the house. Okay, so yeah, this is the one to get. And you know what? You're probably going to take a hit. The values are going to probably decline a little bit. Again, it's 150 retail, 200 grand right now in the aftermarket, and coming down slowly. Such an amazing watch. Let's see. Of course, the Sky Dweller at Everrose Gold. You know what? I want to like the watch because the complication is amazing. The Sky Dweller complication is absolutely amazing. I wish they would make it smaller. I really wish they would make it smaller. It feels just disproportional. But this is like a heavy hitter on the wrist, the rose gold. That's like, wow. That's like boom in your face. I really feel like this is kind of underappreciated. At some point when they go smaller, they're going to reduce the case size at some point, and it's going to take off because it's an amazing, amazing complication. Great watch. Okay, we got the Tourbillon. Okay, we've seen a couple of these, right? Okay, what is this? Does he own this watch? This is his wife's watch. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Oh, this is the what is it? That's the annual calendar with the wow. It's the annual calendar, what do you call it? With the flyback chronograph with the baguette diamonds and diamond markers. The dial is a little bit boring though. The dial is boring on this watch. Wow. By the way, do you notice that? The buckle, right? The clasp, whatever, is also diamond set. The Patek logo on the buckle, and they do an amazing job with that. I love the Patek clasp with the diamonds on it. It looks amazing. It really does. It's one of the best it's probably the best. Vacheron, I think look at that. Yeah, Vacheron and Patek, they do a beautiful job of that. Okay, we got does he own Royal Oak frosted white gold? Oh, this is his wife's. That's actually for women. I think the frosted is a great look. White gold, yeah, it's a great look. It's not a small watch. Oh, I don't know. It's weird. I would think rose gold is more feminine. But I think for women, this is a great choice, the frosted gold. And it's undervalued. Deeply undervalued. Let's see. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Let's keep going through the collection here. What else do we have? Um, we've seen this. We've seen this. Okay. What is this here? This guy. Okay. Oh, so this is, I guess that's his wife's Aquanaut, and that's his. That's his, the one with the orange chrono. Okay, it's a red strap with the white dial. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. We got. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. The AP, the perpetual, the code. If they maybe did a slightly different dial, I can't get into the Aventurine because the watch is very high tech looking. You got a high tech case, kind of. You got the strap is this nylon kind of high tech looking, kind of, right. I would think they would do a more interesting dial. Like Aventurine is like, okay, it's a stone, whatever. I don't think it's a big deal. And again, it's too busy for the watch. All right, there we go. Here comes the Artisan de Genève. This is this is platinum. I didn't know that. They did this in platinum. Wow. I mean, this is like the job they did on this. You will never see anybody else wearing this. Like, and this is it. I mean, like, this is the king of Rolex, I would say. That tuning job that they did. Okay. I don't know. Black. It's interesting. It's a mask. It's a very masculine look. I don't know. I can't imagine a woman wearing that. Again, depends on what else they're wearing. Who knows, right? I don't know. If they wear black, maybe. Again, the buckle is great on this. I don't really care for the watch, though, to be honest. I don't like the hands on it. I really don't like anything about it. I don't. Okay, look at this. What a great shot. So, there's a lot of, actually, there's interesting, some heavy hitters, but also kind of like, again, World Time, kind of dog. The perpetual chrono, Again, when you compare it with everything else, I'm not saying it's a dog in terms of desirability. I mean, these are Grail watches for anybody. These are Grails for anybody, right? But it's like, it's not a big deal. The Vacheron is amazing. The Vacheron is amazing. And again, like, when you have the Artisan de Genève compared to these, it's like these become very basic. So it's sort of like these don't stand up. These just don't stand up to the quality of the rest of the collection. He's got some real outliers in here, some real heavy hitters, and then kind of like your basic luxury watches. Look how great that looks. Gray. It's great. Wow. Amazing job. I don't know why Vacheron doesn't get the respect it deserves. And this is the way the dial looks. The blue. Wow. The perpetual. Okay, we saw this. Okay. Let's keep rolling through this. Let's see. What else? We saw this shot. Okay. He's got the Aquanaut with the McLaren, the orange to match. Maybe that's why he got it. So we'll cut him a break. But frankly, I think it'd be better with some sort of Artisan de Genève job, than a basic Aquanaut orange. You know what's funny? This is this is the Archie luxury watch. That's right. This is the Archie luxury watch. It's so funny. This is the what is it? The Master Compressor Chronograph. This is the watch Archie has been wearing lately, right? The big rose gold. It's a lot of bang for the buck. What is it? It's like a $10,000 watch. and it looks amazing. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Sorry, I missed the chat. I missed the chat. I'm not sure which one you were talking about, but this actually is uh, is interesting. But again, it does look better on rubber, uh, and it's kind of funny. Oh, there it is. Oh, nylon. It's on the nylon, whatever it is. But it's interesting. This guy's got some real heavy hitters. Oh, that's the watch on the gold bracelet. Nah, JLC does not know how to do bracelets. JLC sucks at making bracelets. Their bracelets are just, the designs are so ugly. Yeah, much better on the rubber or whatever. But it's interesting. This guy's got some real heavy hitters, and then he's got like an Archie Luxury JLC. What do you? But you see, the watch actually is a cool watch. If again, if you want that big watch, and on rubber, it's actually a great value. If you do need to have the chronograph, again, I hate the chrono stuff, but if you do need to have one, this is it. I guess let's see what else he's got here. You see this is a lot. It's the same stuff. Let's see. Then we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna give a rating. We're gonna rate the collection in just a moment. Okay, let's get a couple more of these. I tell you what, the reason we're reviewing this thing right here is the Artisan de Genève pieces. I have not seen anybody on Instagram who's got as many and like across different stuff. He's got, I think, 4 or 5 of these, and hats off. Oh, he says, this one is very special to me as it has my kids' names inscribed on the reverse. Plus, I love the colors. Look at the colors. Wow. Rose gold. Hold on a second. We got to slow this down. It's rose gold. We got to get a still shot. It's rose gold. It's got this kind of greenish custom bezel that they did, and it's got elements of orange, right? And of course, that orange matches, the car and all that. I mean, this really does match the car, right? You see this? There's a theme to it. His watches match the cars. There's no watch out there like Artisan de Genève. I'm telling you guys, this is it. This is kind of the watch you get. This is kind of like the thinking man's Richard Mille. That's what I'm calling. I'm calling Artisan de Genève the thinking man's Richard Mille. That's what this is. It's kind of when you want that unique thing, but you don't want the stupid, RM case, which is like wearing a giant brick. There it is. Oh, that's the picture I was looking for earlier when I started the show. So he's sitting there in the Ferarri. What is a 488? What car is that? I don't even know. I don't keep track of the new Ferraris. But anyway, he's in the Ferarri, and it's probably he's probably done some customization to it, and he's got the ADG Daytona. And look at the details. Perry, what do you think of this? Did you notice he's got the little orange dots up by the at the top right? What is that for? And do you notice the hands, the customized hands that they did, the orange hands, the arrows, and the crown has got the little blue in there? I mean, the attention to detail, the stuff that these guys do is so genius. And look at the bridges. Look at the bridges, the way are these called flying bridges? I don't know. What is this called? Whatever it's called, this is amazing. Whatever this is whoever came up with this design, the skeleton design, is an absolute genius. This is absolute perfection. Absolute perfection. It does not get better than this. I mean, this is it. I'm saying, like, this watch is so amazing. On a couple of, I don't care. It's Rolex. Again, I couldn't give 2 shits about Rolex Daytona, but the fact that you take it, you customize with this setup, the thinking that went behind these guys at ADG to do this is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's like, I think this is one of his top watches. I mean, it's not the most expensive watch. I mean, this is probably like, they probably charge, what do they charge for this? Like probably an extra, I don't know, like 30, 40 grand. Um, 40 grand, I don't know. And it's much better than any. I mean, listen, this guy's got like a couple of. He's got the RV2 is like 175 grand. This is 200 grand. You got 150 grand. He's got some. He's got heavy hitters, right? This is, I don't know what this is. It's up there, probably up there, 80 grand, I think. Oh, this is platinum. Wow. 5961p. The dial looks dull though. It doesn't do it for me. Again, modern Patek. I'm not a fan of modern Patek. So, but again, with all the heavy hitters, with all these heavy hitters, with the 5740, and again, this is a $200,000 watch. Another $180,000 watch. The 200 grand. The best watch I would say is these Artisan de Genève watches, because it tells me that you got taste, you got style, and you got big balls to do that. And you obviously you got to have the money to when you do this type of customization, custom spec, you do it knowing like you don't give a shit about resale value. You're not worried about it. But I guarantee you that these watches are going to have crazy resale in 5 years. In 3 to 5 years, you're going to see these things. I mean, it's well worth the money. Well worth the money to do this with ADG. You're taking a risk, but it's going to pay off. Wow. Okay, here's what it says. Some people love them, some people hate them. Personally, I obviously love what Artisan de Genève do. I hugely admire the craftsmanship that goes into each piece. I love the individuality that you have with your piece. Yes, 100%. That's what you're getting. You're getting individuality, and you're getting craftsmanship, top-level craftsmanship. This piece was the first of 3 that I have. This is 2 years ago, so he's got more. Look at this. Wow. Look, that's the back. That's the back of the watch. And you know what? I think he's got his kids' names engraved on the back. Like, that's what you can do. Basically, you go and tell them, hey, I want to have this, I want to have that. And they'll do it probably. I mean, they'll probably, if something is in bad taste, they'll probably very diplomatically tell you no, maybe point you in a different direction. But basically, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you can, and again, there's some crazy stuff you can do with these guys. That's why I think it's amazing. Oh, okay. So this is it's, I guess, well, this guy buys his wife some nice watches. Oh, Tiffany blue dial with the diamonds. That's beautiful. That's a stunner. Thanks to all the lovely people at AP House in London. Wow. He must have a very good relationship with them, because if he thinks they're lovely, and anybody who's ever walked into an AP boutique, I mean, I don't know. Has anybody had a good experience at the AP boutique? I mean, unless you're, maybe if you're spending it at a certain level or whatever, but even then, I don't know. But apparently this guy has a good relationship with him. He's probably not showing you all the Code 1159s they dumped onto him. So, probably, okay. Now, what's the point of this watch? Okay, this is going back earlier. Daily Beater. Okay. What is this? What is this? I don't, I really hate this Daytona with that ceramic bezel. I just hate them. Got the Lambo shot. All right. Okay, we get it. They're yeah, the custom thing is great. Um, technically these are hype watches, but they're like, they're like low key hype watches. It's kind of like nothing crazy. It's not like the stupid stuff. These are like, elegant. I call it elegant hype watches, like a Nautilus Perpetual. Okay, open work. This is ceramic, right? This is ceramic. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's look. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up real quick. How long are we going? This is. I want to. I don't want to take too long here. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes. This guy's got a lot of watches to go through here. We've seen this stuff. Okay. Let's kind of see if there's anything more. Again, ADG. There it is. I think he got the crown changed, if I'm not mistaken, because this looks like a slightly different crown. You notice that blue stripe in there? That's beautiful. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, look at this. Wow. Yeah, this guy's a VIP. This guy's definitely a VIP at the EP boutique. Yeah, look at that. Good choice, by the way. I mean, for ladies, the diamond bezel, the silvery white dial is amazing. Now, is that rose gold or is it steel? I don't know. I can't tell, but it's amazing. That for women, that's a beautiful watch. Perry's into that. Perry, what do you think? Would you buy your wife that watch? Actually, I think this guy Perry has bought his wife some nice watches. Perry is a heavy hitter at an undisclosed location. Perry, would you buy your wife an AP with the diamond bezel like that? I mean, it's amazing, by the way. Especially the one the Tiffany dial. He also has a Tiffany dial, or I should say, she has a Tiffany dial. I'm calling it the blue. It's fast cars and watches. He's got the Lambo. He's got the ceramic, perpetual. Fast cars and watches. What more do you need? And this guy answers. Abu Kaj answers. A young Sharon Stone. Yeah, a young Sharon Stone. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I don't know. We don't know. It's a young Sharon Stone. We don't know. I don't know. I mean, she was an amazing, right? Sharon Stone. Does anybody remember Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct? I mean, she looked amazing in that movie, right? Sharon Stone. I mean, she's a classically beautiful woman. Sharon Stone is like, I mean, she was actually a model. She was a model before she was an actress. A lot of these actresses are not really that good looking. A lot of them are kind of like, they have like a TV look or whatever. Sharon Stone is a classically beautiful woman. So yeah, I would say that is, what is she, about 70 years old now? Yeah, that's not fair. It's not fair. Okay, what does he got here? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, okay. This is about 2 years ago. The Daytona, the blue dial, white gold. Amazing Daytona. This is the best Daytona. This is the one. White gold, blue dial. This one, guys, this one is going up in value. These are like 30 grand right now. This is the watch to get. 30 grand for a white gold Daytona with this blue dial with the red hand. It's a absolute stunner. Absolute stunner. What is this? Oh, he was trying this on. This is a $1 million watch, right? This is the minute repeater perpetual with diamonds, baguettes. Wow. Okay. This dog with fleas. The diamonds on this Daytona with the rubber strap. Like, what's going on? You got it's mixing too many elements. The diamonds. Diamonds on a Daytona. It's like, they look cheap. They're little baby diamonds. They look kind of cheap. You got the rubber strap. I mean, I know it's comfortable. The Oyster Flex is very comfortable, but so ugly looking. This watch is a dog with fleas. I mean, how do you go I don't understand. How do you go from wearing this? How do you go from this? Oh, is that platinum? Brushed platinum, I think they did it. Crazy. How do you go from that? Somebody explain to me. How do you go from wearing this, which is like a masterpiece? It's like from a Leonardo da Vinci. It's like you got a Leonardo da Vinci, or I'm trying to think who's maybe somebody contemporary today that people could relate to. George Condo. I don't know. Trying to think, look, who's a contemporary artist? Not Basquiat. Basquiat is highly overrated, but like whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about a heavy hitter. Like this is like the equivalent of like, a Leonardo da Vinci, a Raphael. I don't know. You get it, right? To this, like, what the fuck is this? This is like who's the guy that made those mass production paintings of little cottages or whatever? What's his name? The stuff you buy at malls, like mall art. This is like mall art, like you throw in the garbage, and this is like a masterpiece. Like, how do you go? I don't get it. This is crazy. We're gonna deduct points. Okay, this collection is losing points for some of these choices. This actually, look at this. This looks pretty good, right? It does need to be on rubber, though. This has to be on rubber. This watch it's actually quite good. Is this the one that Archie, that Bogan of Brisbane, is this the one he has? It's actually quite good. Notice that the hour marker thing at the left, it's got the gold ring. That's nice details. You got the orange. This watch has some nice details. I didn't know this before. This has some very nice details. I would never wear this watch, but I really appreciate the nice details. The lume on this is going to be amazing. The markers are great. The 12 and the 6. It's got a very racy, sporty type of look. The bracelet is horrible, but on rubber, this is a beautiful watch, actually. Again, we got the ADG with the Lambo. That actually is a good combination. This is platinum, I guess, right? Wow. Okay, that's it. That's it, guys. That's it. We came to the end. We came to the end. So this is the last of the collection. Of course. Oh, here we go. Finally, we get a nice shot of the tourbillon, and you can see the beautiful tapisserie. And in person, this watch is just off the charts. This is off the charts, tourbillon. The point of having, I don't know. Does anybody need a tourbillon? No. It's cool. But okay, so let's wrap it up. We're gonna rate the collection on a scale of 1 to 10. We're gonna rate on a scale of 1 to 10 here. Let's pull up the ADG. We got to get the ADG back on here. Where is it? Where did it go? All right, we'll come back to it in a second. We're gonna come back to it in a second, but we're gonna give this a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Quality of the collection, photo creativity, upside potential, and watch choices. Is it interesting? Okay, so quality of the collection. He's got a couple of dogs in the collection. There's a couple of dogs. You got that Daytona. There's a couple of dogs in there. You got the Sky Dweller. There's a few dogs. You got the John Mayer, which it's a hype dog. It is a dog, but it's overhyped right now. Again, most of that stuff is very liquid. My take is that he's getting these things at list, so he can get out and make money, right? So I would say, again, the fact that he's got I think he's got 3 or 5 of the Artisan de Genève customized Rolex and Pateks. Anybody who's got the balls to do that and to do it across 5 watches, that makes up for all the sins. It makes up everything. All the sins are forgiven. So the Daytona shitter, the John Mayer shitter, and there's a couple. He's got about 5 shitters in there. The ADG makes up for it. So I would say it's what makes this. I give it an A minus, because you got the ADG. That makes up for a lot. For a couple of dogs, and then you got some very interesting watches, right? He's got, let's see, he's got, again, multiple, you got the different case size, different case designs, different metals, straps, sports. He doesn't have any vintage. There's no real vintage watches here, which, I don't know. Can you really be a collector without having a few interesting vintage watches? So, normally, if this guy did not have the ADG, if he did not have the Artisan de Genève watches, I wouldn't even be reviewing the collection. This would be just a basic collection of very nice watches. But the fact that he's got the ADGs, he's got like 3 or 5 of them. I'm giving it like I don't know, B++, A- overall, because again, how much I hate the world time is, and Snoopy. I hate Snoopy watch. Basic, whatever. The ADG makes up for it. Now, let's talk about my favorite topic, upside potential. So, upside potential, he gets an A+. You know why? Because he's getting these things at list. He's getting it from the dealer. So he's paying the retail price. So all these watches are basically money in the bank, with the exception, I think, of maybe some of the Rolexes. The Yacht Master 2, the white gold, that's below retail. A couple of others, and they're going to be trading below retail. Everything else is got upside potential, especially the Artisan de Genève. A lot of people don't realize, but the ADGs, the Artisan de Genève watches, these customized watches, you're going to see the values explode in a couple of years. And people will catch on to it later. Right now, you're basically upside down. Like if you have to sell them, maybe you're taking a hit, but they're going to do well. So actually, no, upside potential, I give it an A- because there are, there's a few dogs in here. There's a few dogs, a couple dogs. Yeah, listen, I'm bullish on AP. I know that the prices are down, whatever. Again, if you're getting them in at retail, you're going to do just fine long term. The premium is shrinking. The premiums are shrinking, and they're going to be a thing of the past within 6 to 8 months, as we've discussed on previous videos. Okay, so you got let's say an A-. I give an A- for the collection, A- for upside potential because of you got some interesting things. Watch choices, I give it an A, because again, the ADG, having 3 or 5 of them, that mass of super quality, super interesting watches makes up for some of the basic ones. Makes more than makes up for it. And photo quality, yeah, the photos are not that great, man. This guy's not a photographer. They're kind of creative. He could do better, whatever. But that's not important. That stuff is not important. Whatever. The photos will give him a B-. I'll be generous. Now, maybe I'll make it a C+, because he's got some great watches, and some of the photos were not that great, lighting-wise. And they weren't the compositions and whatever, wasn't that interesting. But that doesn't matter. That's just Instagram bullshit. But yeah, anyway, bottom line to wrap up here, very interesting choices. It would be interesting if this guy actually evolves into some vintage and maybe MB&F. I'm surprised he doesn't have an MB&F perpetual. Who cares? I mean, whatever. ADG. I'll tell you what, if this guy goes heavy into ADG, that would be very interesting. Like if he maybe goes all in, like dumps like the John Mayer and some of the other shitters, like the Yacht Master, and just gets 5 more different ADGs, all custom stuff. You're never going to see that anywhere else. And if you have like a dozen of them, at some point that's going to be a very valuable collection at auction. I think so. Anyway, all right, guys, leave your comments, your nasty, vicious comments below. Make sure you click the like, subscribe button. You get to our channel, and we'll see you all on the next one.